Welcome to Secondary Voices and Topics from today's high school students.
Hi, I'm Yo-Yo, and I realized that there's a very big epidemic going on with like Stanley cups and overall water bottles. Like there's recently been the Awala water bottles, and it's just kind of funny. So I decided I would go around the school and tally up what type of water bottles kids have. The reason I decided that only high school would be reasonable is because I've realized that people who are older, like I asked a few teachers and they were like, oh yeah, I just do whatever's efficient. However, adolescence more so cares about what's trending. So out of the around 55 people I talked to, 21 of them owned Stanleys, and the other 20 owned Hydro Flasks. 2 owned Bubbas, which are efficient water bottles that I've noticed that a lot of people do have. And um, 16 people had others like Walmart Walmart water bottles or like anything else you really see at the store for not too much money, which is really efficient. And 12 people said they don't drink water for some reason. 11 of those are men. Please drink water. And one guy had a Stanley, only one, and that's not included in the 21 girls that had Stanleys. So that's interesting because if you look at that, it's sort of in alignment with the trends. Um, the other, it's sort of half and half with Stanleys and Hydro Flasks. And if you remember back in around 2020, right before the pandemic hit, Hydro Flasks were very, very big because everybody was like, oh my God, Visco girl aesthetic. I never got into that, so I wasn't able to properly understand it as other people would have. But I think I can get the fear of missing out. I understand that a lot of high school adolescents has the fear of missing out. So that's what causes this need to have what water bottle is trending. What's like what clothing brand is trending? Is it Lululemon? Is it But yeah, and the people who I've walked around asking, I also asked them why they owned a Stanley. They said it was inconvenient. The people who had a Stanley, who spent $45 or more on a cup, said that it was inconvenient. So that really just makes you think, why? Why would you buy a water bottle for that much, even though it's inconvenient? They would say because it's cute and trending. And at the end of the day, these are either going to end up in the back of the cupboard or people are going to be embarrassed to carry these around and people won't have them in their hand like they used to. Like all the Hydro Flask kids, they don't carry around their water bottles like they used to. They put them in their bag because people don't really like to talk about it. So overall, it's just a spending of like what's coming next. Um, I've seen people on TikTok going, "Oh my God, these Owala water bottles, they're so much better." So that's probably what's going to happen next. The thing about them is, I think they actually are efficient. I've not yet used one, but from what I can tell, I saw one in the store the other day, and I was like fiddling around with it, and it's pretty efficient. Um, the main thing that people like about it is the fact that when you drink out of it, you look like a koala, which, koalas are cute and stuff, but I don't know if I get it. Overall, why do we obsess over water bottles? There's so many cool things in this world. We could be obsessing over like rocks anything, but no, water bottles. And some people go out of their way to collect water bottles. You only need one. You only need one or two. One for water, if you're that type of person, one for water, one for like coffee, juice, whatever. You don't need 15 different Stanleys. You don't need a water bottle to match your outfit. Your water bottle is not an accessory. It's for you to hydrate yourself. We should not be treating it that way. But these are going to be running at the back of people's cupboards by the end of this year because people are already starting to hate them. Some of the people with Stanleys, I think about like 4 were like, oh yeah, I don't really like it, but I'm not spending that much money on a water bottle again. So some people are learning, but the little kids who are seeing this, like the 10-year-olds, like, you know, the Sephora 11-year-olds, they're seeing this and they're like, oh, if they're doing it and they're all cool, then I need to too. So it's going to just continue on, even though we realize what we did is stupid. The younger generations aren't. And is it something that can be stopped? Probably not. It's gone on for years. But that's pretty much all I noticed. So, bye. Oh, I don't even know if I said my name, but I'm Yo-Yo. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Secondary. If you enjoy this content, then please, by all means, share it out. Subscribe to us on Spotify and all the other platforms where you listen to your podcast. Until the next episode, we'll see you then.